Ships with one 8-round and one 7-round stainless steel mag, and a bushing wrench too, and of course the cable locking device for it. As I mentioned, it has a capacity of 8+1 is the maximum capacity of it. The slide's also made of stainless, and the grip frame is also low glare stainless steel. Looks like a pretty nice gun for a 45. I mean, there's so many 1911s that are out there on the market today, but it doesn't stop companies from coming out with new ones. Overall length of gun is about 8 inches, 8.67 inches to be exact. It's only about 5.45 inches in height. It's got 6 grooves on the rifling. It's got a 1 and 16 inch right-handed twist to it. Unfortunately, for you folks in California and Massachusetts, it is not approved for your states. Sorry.
Move to Florida.
Yeah, move on down here. Everybody else does.
We have plenty of room. But
that's basically it. It's got a lot of features that you can read about on Ruger's website. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned, but the rear slide serrations are really nice and allow for a good positive grip. And it accepts standard aftermarket 1911 parts and accessories. So.
And how much does this cost?
Well, the suggested retail price on it is $1,019, but you know how that goes. You can always pick them up for less than that. Probably, I'm thinking around, I don't know, $850, maybe $900. But that's pretty standard.
Sounds interesting.
Pretty standard for a good 1911.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, ETS has launched a legal 9mm Glock clear polymer magazine. You know, most magazines are steel or metal. This one is clear polymer.
So you can see through it.
You can see through it. The ETS group is proud to announce the release of their new clear polymer 170mm competition legal 9mm Glock magazine, the first ever of its type. It's extremely durable and standard 27 round capacity. It's good for competitive shooters, so now they can reduce the amount of magazine changes and easily identify ammo type quickly when competing. These polymer magazines feature extreme impact resistance, so they won't crack when dropped, and the feed lips won't spread when fully loaded and stored.
That's interesting because, you think if it's clear, it would be more brittle and could possibly break if you dumped it out on the concrete. Right. Mag changes.
Well, they have taken this into consideration. This new magazine fits Glock model 17, 19, 26, and 34.
Wow.
And are compatible with Gen 1 through Gen 4 models.
Interesting.
And also available is the GLK 9-22 140mm competition legal magazine that gives you an extra 5 rounds and is only 0.7 inches longer than a standard GLK 17 magazine. And some of the benefits of it being polymer of course, is the extreme impact resistance. It won't crack or break when it's dropped. It's very resistant to harsh chemicals. It has superior heat, cold, and UV resistance, and it won't become brittle over time even when exposed to harsh environments or extreme cold. The translucent body allows you to see your ammo count and type, and the creep resistant, the feed lips and body won't spread when being stored long term, even when fully loaded. And the MSRP on this is $21.99. So I think that's a really good price point, and I'm excited to try this.
It is pretty cool. They say that you can see how many rounds you have left, but you would actually have to take the magazine out of the gun to be able to do that, I guess. Unless you're talking about, guns that you have in your
The standard round is 27. So if you're shooting, once it gets up into the grip, of course you can figure out how many rounds you may have left.
Now they need to manufacture a clear grip. I'm sure. I think somebody does that for not for Glocks, but for like 1911s. I've seen the clear grip panels for that, but apparently these are only available for Glocks, right?
For the Glock 17, 19, 26, and 34.
Cool. That's quite a variety of them. It's interesting that they've been able to figure out how to make it where it's not brittle, because usually clear plastics like that are, subject to cracking and breaking. What do these run?
$21.99.
That's not bad. It's about affordable. I'm sure you can get them probably cheaper than that. Probably around $18 or so. I have to look around at the gun show for them. Pick up a few of them. Hey, it's about time for our main topic. But before we go into our main topic, it's time for our music break. And again, these are songs that you've probably heard, but you've not heard the words. Let's take a listen.
In a world where there aren't enough songs about firearms, one podcast stands alone. The Speaking of Guns podcast presents Songs You Have Heard with all new words.
Jesse is a friend. Yeah, I know he's been a good friend of mine. But lately something's changed, it ain't harder to find. Jesse's got himself a gun and I wanna make it mine. And he's watching it with those eyes, and he's cleaning with that cleaning rod, I just know it. And he's holding it in his hands late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's gun. I wish that I had Jesse's gun. Where can I find a Kimber like that? I play along with the charade. There doesn't seem to be a reason to change. You know, I feel so dirty when he says, let's go out and shoot. I want to tell him that I love it, but the point is probably moved. Cause he's watching it with those eyes, and he's cleaning it with that cleaning rod, I just know it. And he's holding it in his hands late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's gun. I wish that I had Jesse's gun. Where can I find a Kimber like that, like Jesse's gun? I wish that I had Jesse's gun. Where can I find a Kimber? Where can I find a Kimber like that? And I'm looking on the range all the time, wonder if he even paid his range fee. I've been funny, I've been cool with the lines, and that the way gun guys are supposed to be. Tell me, why can't I find a Kimber like that? You know, I wish that I had Jesse's gun. I wish that I had Jesse's gun. I want Jesse's gun. Where can I find a Kimber like that, like Jesse's gun? I wish that I had Jesse's gun. I want Jesse's gun.
All right, that was Jesse's Gun by Brian Deadman. Good job, Brian, on that one. Another one of my faves. Okay, our main topic, the holidays are right around the corner here, and that means that Christmas morning is coming up too. And keeping up with the holiday spirit, we have put together a list of great ideas for stocking stuffers and goodies to find under the tree that any gun enthusiast is sure to appreciate. So pretty much you cannot go wrong with anything that's on this list.
I'm going to start the list off with ammunition. There's one single truth in the world, is that you can never have too much ammo.
Oh, yeah.
Well, whether you buy someone a box of 500 rounds or a box of 50, they are going to be grateful. Even if they have 10,000 rounds already stocked up.
Ain't that the truth?
They will be ecstatic to get another box of ammunition.
That's right. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned this before we started, but we have 12 items to kind of go along with the 12 days of Christmas, by the way. So ammunition, definitely number one on the list there, because everybody loves to get ammo. I remember your parents one year put a box of 9mm ammunition in our stockings.
Oh my gosh, I was so happy.
And it's all that shape, of a box of 50 rounds of ammunition. It's unmistakable.
You shake it.
And then as soon as you pick it up and that rattle that you get, you know exactly what's in there. It's like, oh, goody, ammunition. That will not go to waste if you buy somebody ammo, folks. Number 2 on our list is targets. Anything that gun lovers can't have too many of is ammunition and, of course, targets. Whether they're your typical bullseye type target or some fancy zombie target, they're sure to get used. You can help that gun enthusiast in your life practice by shooting some paper. And they make such a plethora of targets nowadays. Some of them have specific purposes, for training. So just take a look around the gun shop the next time you go. If you're buying something for your spouse or significant other, targets are a great idea. They can just store them at home on top of the safe like we do.
It does not take up that much room.
No, and then they just grab them before they head out to the range the next time they go.
The third thing on our list is hearing protection. If you suffered through the last podcast with me, I talked a lot about electronic hearing protection. But if you know a gun enthusiast and you've been to the range with them and it looks like their hearing protection is starting to wear out, just get them some hearing protection.
Even if they have good hearing protection, an extra pair for their range bags, not a bad idea, because they may go shooting with a buddy or somebody, and if they don't have hearing protection, they can loan it to them. That makes a great gift.
It does. And this is just one of those things that the gun enthusiasts typically will wear out. They'll just wear the same headsets until they're falling apart.
Exactly. Number 4 on our list is holsters. Any gun owner who carries a firearm will likely have more than one holster for the same firearm. In our case, we have 4 or 5. But the reason, it's difficult to find the perfect holster. With numerous choices out there, it's always fun to try the different kinds out. And keep in mind that if you choose this option, it's maybe a good idea to get a gift certificate for that person so that they can choose their own favorite options for the holster of their choice. Because you don't, unless you're really attuned to, their hobby in the gun world, you may not exactly know what type of holster they're interested in or what the specifics of the holster is. I mean, you might buy a holster that's designed for their gun, but if they have a laser or a light attached to it, that holster may not accommodate a gun like theirs with a light or laser. So it's good to let them have, if you're not familiar with exactly what they have, get that gift certificate and let them get their own holster.
The next thing on the list, number 5, cleaning supplies. Keeping your gun clean is just essential to its longevity and making sure that it's going to shoot correctly. Mm-hmm. And just to stay safe, cleaning supplies are another thing that you should always have an ample supply of.
Well, some of the different kinds that you might want to look at. We use Ballistol. There's Frog Lube out there. There's so many different kinds that you can choose, and you can't really go wrong with them. They're all pretty good. If they have a favorite, take a look in their gun cleaning area. If they have a favorite brand, then you know what to go get.
Not only the gun cleaner or gun oil, but just having an ample supply of the patches will go a long way. A couple of years ago, we ran out of patches when we were about to clean guns, and we didn't want to run out to the gun store to buy some more patches. So we took an old T-shirt and ripped it up into small patches. So that is always something that will come in handy and will not go to waste.
Exactly, and they have bore stakes too. Those are really handy, and they come in different sizes. For different calibers of guns. Your gun enthusiast would love to get a bore snake for the gun. It makes cleaning so much quicker and easier. Next on our list, number 6, is the tactical pin. Not only are these dual purpose, but they're pretty awesome as well. They're easy to carry around. They don't take up a lot of space. They could come in very handy. You can use them as a pin, or you can use them as a weapon, or you could use them possibly even if you need to break glass out of the window to escape your vehicle if it goes in the water or something. tactical pin's a neat little idea. Plus, they can use it at the range, too, to mark their targets with.
Number